Hey guys, what's going on? So, this is a video that I've been meaning to make this video, explaining how I do different faction boosts, and the current faction boost is obviously Dark Domain, and whenever they do, like, the headhunting, or, I think there's another one, but whenever they do the ones where they level up a card, I think the other one is, like, on a timer, so, like, one is 60, I think it's, like, 60 seconds, or, 30 seconds, or 60 seconds, and, this one is, like, whenever you kill a boss. Just to note, I thought, originally, when I first started the game, because it says, increase the merge rank of random units in the faction by 3. I thought that if you had a singular, like, Dark Domain unit on the field, that it would go from 1 to 4, because it would upgrade it by 3, and that's not how it works at all. It upgrades up to 3 random ones on the field, so if you only have 1, it'll upgrade it 1 time. If you have 2, it'll upgrade it 2 times. If you have 3, it'll upgrade each of them 1 time, and if you have 4 or more, it picks 3 random ones and then upgrades those 3. And so that's how that works. So you can control it, and that is exactly what I like to do. Whenever it's a faction that I don't normally use, so I don't have a max cultist deck, that would be the obvious deck to use. I am running this deck, which is just my standard version of this deck anyway. And so what this does is Dark Domain is also support cards, and you can upgrade your support cards for your normal deck. You don't need to run like a cultist deck because it's Dark Domain. If you have a cultist deck, more power to you, but if you do want to run your normal deck, like your normal like best deck or whatever, you can utilize your support cards in order to upgrade those for free. And in the case of Dark Domain, this is my favorite one. I used to do this back when I was running Blooming Dash Blade Dancer, and this battle is the best example of what I mean. This is also another video to promote Banshee and how you should invest in it, because this is a 3277 crit person, and I play the best, like, kind of game that I can, and he gets pretty far. Like, overtly far with a, you know, like, I have 5,000 crit, I have low 5,000 crit, and he has 3,200 crit. He has sub 4k crit, he almost has sub 3k crit, with 3277, and, yeah. So right here, I already knew that I wanted to utilize the 3 growth tiles, because it's very obvious to put a knight statue in the middle right there, and then utilize all 3 growth tiles, and so that's what I end up doing. I don't draw a lot of Spirit Masters in the beginning, and then I get that magical gold tile on the growth tile that I was already planning on using. At which point, when I draw a Spirit Master, I basically just Inquisitor my board. And essentially, what you can do once your main DPS card is a level 7, you can just place Harlequins in spots that you want them, and then let them level up over the course of the game, which now is very, very fast. Especially in death waves, like if you can survive in death waves for like even 2 minutes. Your things will upgrade so fast, and you can catch up with the death waves. But if the quicker that you can set this up, obviously the better, and that's essentially what I do. Right here, I'm hesitating on whether or not I should do this strategy, and then once that hits, I'm like, I'm all in. Let's do this. I can put everything onto this gold tile. I question whether or not I should keep that Harlequin there, and I'm pretty sure I get rid of it as well, so that I could specifically just level up the one guy all the way to 7. So now whenever I place a Harlequin in any spot, I can just let it sit there for 6 turns, and then it'll upgrade. I can let it sit there, and if Scrapper hits, it'll be at max 6 turns, and then at minimum, it could be less, because my Scrapper hits will also hit the Harlequin, which will speed up that time frame that happens. So there I get the 7, it's on a gold tile, and then I just build out the rest of my board. And then I get really lucky with Harlequin placements in a lot of other spots. And then I just let them sit there. And that's basically it. Whenever there's a faction boost where you're getting extra free levels, you can always look to support units. You don't have to change out your deck. If you don't have like a Genie deck and a Magic Council faction boost happens, you can just look at the other support cards and see if you can just slot in one of the support cards, and then you'll always know that once you get that support card on the field, you'll get a level 7 of that support card. You can run the regular version of your deck with that support card that's getting leveled up, and then you can have a level 7 of that as well. And so, whenever there's faction boosts where there's level ups, you don't have to look at just the DPS card. And I've never really been able to showcase this in a video properly, because even when I have this strategy, I always have this strategy. I always have like the thought to do this, but I get into a lot of games where like a Spirit Master will slot into spot, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm just going to keep the Spirit Master. And you should never do that, because if you get free level ups on your Harley Quinn, and your Harley Quinn can transform into anything, just make it transform into a high level, just wait for it to transform, so that you can transform it into a high level unit that you care about, as opposed to waiting for the randomness of a scrapper. You can also do this strategy with like Dryads. You can utilize ranking up one Dryad. This is how I used to do it with Blooming Dash. You can utilize the level ups on all of your Harlequins at the same time, and then what you can do is level up one Dryad to a high enough level, and then copy it with all the Harlequins. But yeah, this is my favorite faction boost to use with random decks that I happen to be using. And this is just another example of why you should upgrade all of your cards, because you can do just random things with other decks. Now that they're giving you like better and better faction boosts, they're making it more worthwhile to not just use one deck. You can, obviously, in this case, but if you wanted to build out a Magic Council deck for Genie, you can do a Magic Council deck. There's now one event unit in every single faction that is good. And that's one of the reasons to build out your roster, even though they've made it to where if you're 2000 crit, you can basically win the game. But yeah, it's just another way of utilizing like all of your cards that you've invested in. That's basically it. That's basically all I wanted to say. I love that I get these like 2 level 5s. I'm probably going to take a screenshot so that I can use it as a thumbnail at some point. Maybe right now. That seems good. I like that. But yeah, right there I get to copy a 6. I could have waited for it to become a 7, but that seemed risky because then I would have to wait for a scrapper hit to hit my other level 6 in order to get both of them, or to get the one to a level 7. It's easier to just go when it's at when it's sub level 7. As opposed to like having to wait for you to then hit the scrapper because it got leveled down. But yeah, like this is also a strategy that I really like with this build. A lot of people obviously use Mari, but I love using Gadget because I have a level 20 Gadget, and I get so many random gold tiles on the board that I'm able to slot in a Harlequin in a spot. In just a random spot, let that grow, and it doesn't feel like I now need to upgrade another thing on my board. Free level ups are a thing, man. Just whenever you can abuse free level ups, abuse free level ups. Here I'm trying to figure out where to place, what's the most efficient placement for my witches. I'm pretty sure I don't use the bottom, the tile where I'm getting double stacks on my knight statue. I'm pretty sure where the witch is. I'm pretty sure I now have to eat that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I use that to get double stacks, and also to get growth tile stacks. I believe the appropriate number of knight statue stacks is now 30. Because it goes 1.2 up to 30 times and then 0.3 after that, and the 0.3 is not worth it to continue doing knight statue stacks. So if you are looking for a number on knight statue stacks to stop at, it's probably 30%. Or 30 stacks. I'm obviously just waiting for this level 5 to become a level 6. I can also build growth tile stacks on the left one, and then once I get enough knight statue stacks, I can probably stop building on that one and then build on the other one instead, and then just utilize. I can slot in a Harlequin into that spot. See, like right there, I have a Spirit Master, and I'd rather have a Harlequin right there. Having a Harlequin right there and it leveling up over the course of time as well will also net you double knight statue stacks as well, which I think is also funny. You could actually use that as a strategy to keep, to like leave a Harlequin there, level it up, eat it, and then get another Harlequin there, watch it level up, and then eat it again. I don't know if I'd recommend that, but it is a strategy. Obviously, I got that gold tile on the left, and since I was already going to use a witch right there anyway, it made sense to me to put another Harlequin right there so that I can have another one on a gold tile next to a witch, even if it's not next to a knight statue. Because again, like I said, if this was regular build and I didn't have free level ups, I would not do any more than probably 4 Spirit Masters. The less Spirit Masters that you do, and the higher of a chance you have to get them to level 7, because you're trying to upgrade your 2 knight statues, you're upgrading your witches, and when you have to also upgrade multiple Spirit Masters, like 5, 6, 7 Spirit Masters, that becomes very difficult. And what ends up happening is you get to the end game where you're in Death Waves and you have 7 Spirit Masters and they're all like level 3. And you have like a level 7 Knight Statue. Or you have a level 7, you have 2 level 7 Spirit Masters and you have like a level 3 Knight Statue. Which is already happening, as you can see, with my Knight Statues. The more things that you have on the field to upgrade, the less of a chance you have for specific things to upgrade. That one, that level 6 almost went back down to a level 7, but I got the counterspell on it. And so all I need to do is just wait for the 7 more seconds for it to upgrade again, and then I have another level 7. But yeah, it's pretty good. And if you look over there at that Banshee deck, they're also doing pretty well for themselves. It amazes me all the time what a low-level Banshee deck can do. Like, if that person had my crit and just played the exact same game. And Banshee, it's the fact that Banshee is a regular legendary unit that you can get out of the box. It's not an event unit that you have to spend any money in. You can do that entire deck free to play. And he's using a mermaid. You can do that entire deck free to play. You don't have to spend a single amount of money in this game, and he's able to do this with 3277 crit. I have this giant board of like meta-ness, and I'm like, I don't want to say barely keeping up with him, but like the amount of trying that I'm doing, that I'm still doing right now is crazy. with like 5,000 crit, and it just looks like he's just kind of coasting by. I have a 50% on my growth tile. I end this with 28 stacks on 28 and 42 on 2 level 3 knight statues. But yeah, I really like the strategy of looking to your support cards and seeing how those support cards can help your main deck if you don't have a main deck faction boost bonus thing.